Most people think that stalkers are strangers or that they use advanced tools. But in reality, often the stalker is known to the victim and their methods are shockingly low-tech. People also think that stalking is easy to spot, like the stalker making threats, visibly following you everywhere, and acting unhinged. And that's exactly why people miss being stalked until it escalates. In this video, I'm breaking down what people get wrong about stalking, starting with the belief that stalkers use high-tech tools or sophisticated software to hack your devices. Although that can be done, in the majority of the cases, the information the stalker needs is easily available to them. You may have shared a living or workspace with a person and may have set up shared billing notification. This could be store accounts, internet or cell phone, bank transactions, and so on. This may allow the person to receive transactions you make or see your contact details in these notifications, even if you move. You may also have used a shared computer or an email address, allowing them to still access your accounts via saved passwords. Or they may have enabled automatic forwarding of emails to another account without you knowing. Many people also forget to unlink devices from personal tracking on apps like Find My Phone after it is no longer needed. And a very common way is for stalkers to use Bluetooth trackers such as Apple AirTags, which they can place on items they know you frequently have with you. These actions are made possible because in the majority of the cases, the stalker is known to the victim, often an old romantic partner, friend, co-worker, neighbor, or even a family member who had access to the victim and their belongings. The stalker may know the victim's habits and may even have direct access to shared friends or family members who at times may willingly or unwillingly share information with a stalker, sometimes not knowing the person is a stalker or even thinking that they are helping to bring the couple back together. A very common belief is that if you just ignore the stalker, they will eventually lose interest and stop. This often goes with a belief that they are just romantically interested in you and will get the hint that you do not share the same view of them. But stalking is not about romance, even if they declare their love for you. It is about control, entitlement, and dominance, and in some cases, to disrupt the victim's life by making them feel powerless. These drives to stalk do not just go away when you ignore or even block the stalker. Often, the stalker escalates their actions as they feel what they are doing is not working. This also means that reasoning with a stalker does not work, because stalking gives them something they crave or something they feel they will get. They do not respect your wishes nor your feelings. They feel entitled to disrupt your life to fulfill their needs. Another common misperception that causes a lot of frustration with victims is the belief that the police will act immediately when you report an incident. The reality is that although there are laws against stalking, you often need to first present the police with credible evidence, such as video recordings of a pattern of behaviors where you are harassed or threatened. This may include recordings of repeated phone calls, text messages, or trespassing, such as entering your yard. The person repeatedly showing up in public places may not meet the legal threshold on their own. Sadly, stalking often escalates before police intervention or action becomes serious. This ties in directly with the next common thing people get wrong about stalking, and that is that stalking is always visible. A lot of the time stalking starts online, or the stalker following the victim while remaining unseen. It is only when the stalking escalates and the stalker makes contact that a victim may realize they are being stalked. There may have been unexplained incidents, such as finding emails flagged as read while you have not read them yet, and accounts showing last logged in dates that do not correspond with dates you accessed the accounts. A massive thing people get wrong is that thinking that social media isn't a big factor. In fact, it is one of the best sources of information for stalkers. Posts you make online can help stalkers determine places you visit, the people you hang out with, and where you work and live. Stalkers can use a background of pictures to determine where it was taken, and sometimes pictures are uploaded with GPS tagging. Even if you do not post anything on your social media accounts, friends or family of you may still post pictures with you in it or mention you were with them in posts. This means that even if you block the person, they may still be able to get information about you from other people's social media accounts. A very common misperception about stalking is that the victim did something to cause the stalking. This could be having been friendly with a person and thinking you gave them the wrong impression, or an ex-romantic partner who you broke up with. The fact is that stalkers choose to stalk, no matter what you did. Even if you did go out with a person a few times, it is your right to no longer see them. And although it is sometimes reasonable to give a reason why, you don't owe them an explanation for not wanting to see them anymore. A dangerous misperception about stalking is thinking that it is harmless, especially if it is only online and no threats of physical confrontation have been made, as well as thinking that if they have not hurt you yet, they will not do it later. The reality is that stalking often escalates over time, where it may have been just constantly leaving comments on your online posts or sending emails or calling you. It can go to physically following you and even escalating to violence if they do not get their way. Studies show that in around 38% of the cases, stalking escalates to violence, and that figure rises to over 80% of cases where victims report physical assault when the stalker is a current or former intimate partner. A sad misperception about stalking is that unless the stalking is consistent or there is physical assault, then it is not serious and it is not worth reporting, or that you do not have any rights. But to show stalking, you only need to show a pattern of behaviors. They do not need to be consistent, such as a person always shows up at your gym or always calls you on Sunday night. If they consistently violate your privacy, especially when you have informed them to stop contacting you, it can qualify as stalking or harassment. You have a right to not be harassed and to not live in fear of someone else. Often stalkers on purpose are inconsistent in their actions because they know that when you do not know what to expect, it destabilizes you, and they know it makes it less likely that victims report them. This ties in directly with the next common misperception, that reporting incidents to the police is of no use. This is often because, as mentioned before, the police cannot always act on the information and evidence that you currently have. However, what it does do is show that your life has been disrupted and that you have taken action. Reporting incidents allows you to build a case where even if no individual piece of evidence is enough to act on, the combined weight of the evidence you have is enough for police to act on. Much about proving stalking is not about one single individual action they took, but the pattern of repeated actions that disrupt your life, privacy, and emotional well-being. The last common misperception on stalking people have is that if they just change their routine, the stalking will stop. For instance, if you constantly run into a person at 6 p.m. at the gym, then going at 6 a.m. will stop the stalking. Or if you go to the grocery store on Saturdays, changing to Sundays will make it stop. It is often due to the assumption that their routine overlaps with yours. But the reality is that they alter their routines to match yours. So a single change will only throw them off for a bit until they find out your new routine. It is more effective to be consistently unpredictable yourself. Now, this does not mean you have to permanently alter your life just because of another person. But sometimes you need to take steps you may not want to until you can gather enough evidence to get police to act and stop the stalker. Learn about ways to deal with a stalker by watching the video suggested to you right now.